Hey, Mama Cross, how you doing? Hey, Miss Gathy. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us. As you know, Tahir and I are just going to be going through some reactions. So please feel free to chat it up in the side chat with each other. I won't be talking to you guys as much just because of the reactions that we're just trying to get done. And but do know I can see the side chat. If you see me smile, it's probably because I see something. So if you say hello, I'm not really waving or anything because we're just trying to do the reactions. But when you see other people come in, if they say hi to me, just let them know that I see them. Hello. And I'll definitely try to chit-chat it up with you guys in between our reactions. So Mama Cross is in the building. I'm going to go ahead and read this copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. No copyright infringement intended. All rights belong to their respective owners. Content might be gossip, rumors, exaggerated, or indirectly beside the truth. Viewers are advised to do their own research before forming their opinion. The content might be opinionated. And of course, as you know, with me in here, it will be opinionated. So let's go ahead and get started. What's going on, YouTube? How you doing? I'm just saying VB here, filling in for Mike as he's away in the Philippines helping people. And just wanted to do another video reaction with you guys. So let's go ahead and get into it. This one, when DMX exposed Diddy for bending rappers, Jay-Z ending them. Ooh, let's see what they're talking about.
A lot of the love I had for wanting to be a part of the industry is not there anymore. I don't even associate myself with the industry. You know what I'm saying? I'm not an industry artist. I'm an artist in the industry.
Ever since this entire Diddy mess started with Cassie suing him and then a whole lot of other people coming out of the woodwork with their own horror story against Diddy and people around him, more and more celebs have been named. And one of the names that keeps coming up is that of Jay-Z. Even 50 Cent said that Jay is hiding till the Diddy drama dies down because he doesn't want to be exposed. And now videos of DMX, one of the legendary rappers who was never afraid of exposing the dark secrets of Hollywood, are going viral on Twitter. And in several such videos, DMX literally tried to warn us about Diddy and Jay-Z's nasty dealings.
If you want to rap or sing or whatever, don't become a part of the game. You know what? Listen to a song I called The Industry. And that pretty much explains, you know, saying what the shit is about.
Okay, I see what's really good. You're trying to eliminate the competition. You know, because at first you retire, you know, then get me off the label, now you're back rapping again. Okay. It's all good. That's all good.
Okay, he made him jiggy and put him in suits and made them write lyrics for him and took all that publishing and took.
DMX supposedly went after Diddy for allegedly manipulating and controlling his artists, and Jay-Z for dipping his toes and becoming friends with the shady big shots in the industry, the people behind the curtain that control everything.
Puff told Craig Mott if he didn't change management, he wasn't with him no more. Craig wasn't getting rid of his management. Craig said, yo, listen here, man, I'm not changing my manager just because you want to. Puff said, yo, I ain't that kid no more. Not at all. I was right there when he said that. Told Craig Mack, you don't change your management, I ain't.
It got me wondering what exactly DMX must have witnessed while working with these two that got him shaken and broke his trust in the industry. So let me break it down for you.
A lot of the love I had for wanting to be a part of the industry is not there anymore. I don't even associate myself with the industry. You know what I'm saying? I'm not an industry artist. I'm an artist in the industry.
Like I said, Diddy's legacy and personal integrity have been shaken right from the foundation. Different allegations, lawsuits, and arrests are not going away. The rabbit hole he's dug for himself is just getting deeper. And now Jay-Z is getting plastered too. And get this, in an interview that recently surfaced, DMX publicly spilled some serious tea on Diddy, talking about how he grapes his artists, bending rappers over, and taking advantage of their talents and hard work.
Well, you know, Locks got signed before I did. Even though I bought the Locks Store Riders, you know, they got signed. They were a safer group. You know, Puff signed them. And it was a blessing and a curse because they were sure they were happy about getting signed first, and they were on the Benjamins and shit was going. But they made them jiggy and put them in suits and made them write lyrics for them and took all their publishing and took. Like, damn. I'm glad I didn't, you know, like. You keep that, and we went to, like, as soon as they got signed, D was like, yo, if you like the Locks, like, X is like Big Dog, like, those are the Puffs, like, you luck.
While some fans interpreted the use of the R word by X as a metaphor for Diddy being a ripoff, others are convinced he meant that literally. But then again, with the recent allegations, the possibility of Diddy laying pipes on artists is literally not impossible at this point. In another interview, DMX talked about how Diddy initially turned him down for a deal at his label, Bad Boy Records. But as soon as he got the info about Def Jam's offer for him, he started singing a different tune, practically begging him to work with him instead. But X had already caught wind of how things were behind the scenes at Bad Boy, and he didn't like what he saw. He wasn't ready to get piped, if you know what I mean.
Maybe 3 weeks after I got signed to Def Jam. He's like, yo, I'll lace your pockets. I'll double what they gave you and lace your pockets. I'm like, nah, I'm cool.
Now, when it comes to Jay-Z and DMX, they've always had an entangled history.
You gotta respect X for, you know, not wanting to be a part of that nonsense. And then, like, and yes, rest in peace, DMX, because, you know, it's just something that he brought to the game that, you know, now it seems like we've lost, you know, and we've lost a couple of good ones, you know, just in the game for music itself. But, you know, and just that clip, looking at that clip from the movie Romeo Must Die with him and Aaliyah, and I mean, that was the sweet spot right there, as far as I'm concerned, with music and entertainment. Like, everybody was still here, and you know, but of course, now we're learning all the heinous activity that was going on behind the scenes. It's like, dang, man, just wish it didn't have to be that way.
Because they came up around the same time in the late 90s. And while they may have been cool at some point, things got heated up really quickly. Jay did publicly show respect to X after he passed away, but there's this lingering feeling that there's so much more to their history. Broken trust, for one. X allegedly thought Jay was a shady character, the type of person who doesn't want anyone else to outshine him because he's scared of the competition. He even went as far as accusing Jay of becoming Def Jam's president solely to meddle with his 6th album and ruin his career. Of course, Jay-Z never owned up to that move, but what made it weird was that right after X passed away on April 19th, 2021, Jay went on LeBron's show, The Shop, where he was asked about DMX's legacy and what he meant to him personally. There he talked about how he boycotted his first Grammy win for DMX, and how much respect he had for him, and how despite their maintaining their competitive edge over the years, it was all love.
Just about like what he meant to the culture and maybe meant to you personally.
By the way, the first time I boycotted the Grammys was for him. We both came out that year. He didn't get nominated. He dropped 2 albums, had 2 #1 albums in the same year.
Right. I remember that.
They didn't even nominate him. I won that year for rap album. So my first Grammy win, I wasn't in. I wasn't even in the building because I boycotted him. So there was a competitive thing, but it was big love. He was so competitive with me. I never met a human being more competitive with me, like ever, not even my big brother.
But Jay conveniently made it seem like DMX was the one playing the competitive game. Meanwhile, it was the other way around. In 2004, Jay-Z became the president of Def Jam Records, and according to X, that's the moment everything went down. DMX had been the biggest act, the face of Def Jam Records, dropping back-to-back #1 albums between 98 and 03. 5 different albums in total. And you would agree that that level of consistency alone should have earned him some level of respect in the company. But the moment Jay became president, X claimed he tried to throw a wrench on his 6th album titled Year of the Dog, meddling with its release.
You know, like I said, I had the crazy track record, Def Jam, everything was good. You know, I go to do the 6th album, and, you know,
Jay-Z became president.
Yeah. You know, when he first got the job, he hit me with the call like, yo, dog, inmates is running the building like, yo, you good? finish the album, shoot the video. What happened? Shit didn't, we don't know. What you mean you don't know? How do you listen to a whole album, pick a single, shoot a video, then don't know?
In the same radio interview, DMX alleged that the reason Jay messed with his project was because he changed his mind about retirement, and he was planning a big comeback to the rap game. To do that, he needed to clear off any competition that could stand in his way. That was the last straw for X.
Okay, I see what's really good. You're trying to eliminate the competition, because at first you retire, then get me off the label, now you're back rapping again. Okay. It's all good.
After this, DMX realized that the path he and Jay decided to tread in the music industry was at opposite ends. Jay wanted to cozy up with the shady big dogs at the higher end of the industry, while X just wanted to retain his artistic freedom and get paid. He called it quits with Def Jam not long after and signed a deal with Columbia Records. That's why X never really got to trust Jay. He felt like Jay was ready to do anything, trample on anyone, just to cozy up with the big shots. But DMX kept it real, unlike Jay. He was always calling out these higher-ups, talking about label owners and their tight grips on artists' necks. And he wasn't about to bend for them or get run over, literally.
This new breed of rapper that's paying DJs to play their
right.
And, you know what I'm saying? They sucking the record label executives, and it's like there's too much of that going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let me be me. Let me be the artist that I am and just play my motherfucking music. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Now they want you all up under this, sitting at the going to dinner with them and like that, and all that favor for a favor shit. I don't get down like that. Look, I give you the music, you give my money.
In 2005, DMX dropped a song titled The Industry.
And that's what it is, right? Like, that's what it should be. That's what the industry of the business should be. It should be, I'm an artist. This is my job. Like, you go to work. I go to work and I do the work that you asked me to do, and you give me my check. Like, I don't have to go, hanging out with you after work. I don't have to go, to all these parties doing weird stuff and doing all this stuff. No, I just do my job and I just want to go home. Like, that's really what he's saying. Like, I just want to do my job and go home. That's it. That's all I want to do. Like, and I happen to love my job. I happen to love what I do. So let me just do it and go home. All this other weirdo stuff that you want people to participate in, not necessary. Like, let's just make the music. And I love people that that's it. They just want to make the music. Those are the artists that we need. Those are the people that we need. We just want to make the music. We don't want to do all this other crazy weirdo stuff.
In the song, he described label owners as vultures. He talked about how new artists were pressured to sell their souls, to lose their originality and their integrity for a paycheck.
The game is bullshit, man. The game is bullshit. If you want to rap or sing or whatever, don't become a part of the game. You know what? Listen to a song I called The Industry. And that pretty much explains, what the shit is about. The industry. Man, it's not the same. The industry, it's not a game. The industry, real is dying to get in the industry just to find they don't fit in. The industry ain't what it used to be. The industry's trying to control the way you MC. They want you to dress like this and talk like that, but I'm going to dress like this and talk with the gap, the industry.
Now, Jay-Z was always about the business. He always looked beyond the artistry, and that's why he threaded a different path to the top. But you see, he could never shake off the allegations about him throwing his people under the bus, trampling on them in a show of power, and in the quest to maintain good relationships with the industry's higher-ups. I mean, let's be real. Over the years, he has also been accused of taking several people out. Even Dame Dash, the co-founder of Rockefeller, claimed Jay became someone else the moment he started to cozy up with these top bosses in the music business. He even name-dropped 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗞, the former Def Jam president and a close buddy of Jay. In his book, Decoded, Jay-Z referred to Cohen as his mentor. This is a man that's so unpopular for various reasons in the music business. Let's take his interview at the Breakfast Club in 2018, for example. He went on raving about the substance use crisis in the industry, talking about how he felt sad about DMX's struggle with substances. But when Charlamagne asked why he keeps signing artists that promote this kind of lifestyle, Leo straight up replied that it's just business. When Dame first called out Jay's betrayal, it felt like he was just fishing. But it all makes sense now.
One of the biggest artists you ever had had a real bad drug problem, DMX.
I'm so sad. It's the most dangerous thing that's facing our society.
So why sign an artist that would promote that?
Because I already answered that question. You weren't paying attention.
Let's just make it clear. Because he doesn't care. because he's there for the money. He doesn't care about the artist. He doesn't care about their well-being. He cares about how many dollars he can get in his pocket from the artist. It doesn't matter what they do to themselves or to others, as long as the money keeps coming into his pocket. When the money stops coming into his pocket, then maybe I'll think about something. But until the money stops coming in his pocket, and that's for any of these people that, you know, make money off of the backs of someone else's work, right? Just saying.
She asked me talent or issues, and I said talent. But I have to, I can't give up on people.
But I'm saying that's hypocritical though? You're saying
It's
opioid problem's a problem.
opportunistic. Yeah, I got people to feed. I got a business to run.
In that same interview, when asked about Dame Dash calling 𝗟𝗓 a culture vulture, you'd be surprised at what 𝗟𝗓 had to say. He flat out denied ever knowing Dame, despite Charlamagne reminding him that they made a lot of money together. At that moment, 𝗟𝗓 Cohen became Liar Cohen.
So
y'all made a lot of money together.
Made a lot of
money.
money.
Come on, Leo. Don't do that to him.
I don't know him. I really don't. So, I don't know what to tell you.
So I know you're probably wondering how all of this connects with DMX. Word on the streets is that 𝗟𝗓 was the one who influenced Jay-Z to meddle with DMX's 6th album studio because they didn't see eye to eye. It got even crazier after X's death. 𝗟𝗓 had to go further by saying some really disrespectful words about X at his funeral. He couldn't even be bothered to attend in person, so he sent a recorded message. DMX was laid to rest on April 25th, 2021. And one of the people who profited most from this great talent couldn't even pay their last respects. In the voice recording he sent, he called X a gremlin and said he wasn't surprised by his death. Can you imagine that? Those are words coming from Jay-Z's mentor's lips.
The race against time was that we all know X is a gremlin and reckless and looking for a wall to crash into. X, if you listen to X, if you see X, his death is no surprise. If you listen.
And you, sir, are a viper, a snake who is waiting to get his head cut off. I digress.
And you watched who and what X was. And I think it's a tragedy because I wish people knew Earl, the fisherman who loved to fish and loved to be with his kids and loved to talk about deep things and curious about the world and interested in other people's opinions.
Now you can imagine and understand why X never trusted Jay or Diddy. When DMX was telling us about how filthy the industry was and how these stars are not who they claim to be, we should have listened more attentively. Fans are saying that it's only a matter of time before more skeletons fall out of the closets of all these people. X always kept it a buck, kept it real, and held it down. R.I.P. X-Man. What's your take on all this drama though? Do you believe there's even more than meets the eye, especially in the music business? Share your thoughts in the comments. Like and subscribe too. Turn on your notifications bell because you do not want to miss out.
Okay, so basically, you know what? It's okay. Rest in peace, DMX. You're not with us anymore. It's all right. You're in a better place. But those that are still here and doing this type of nonsense, your day is coming. Your downfall is coming. And you know what? We're here for it. So all that little junk you want to talk about X and everything like that, we can't wait until the tables get turned on you, buddy. And we are going to be here for it. But that's just me. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. All right, I'm getting on out of here. Take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike and I'm just saying VB told you so. Bye, guys. And of course, I would freeze at this very moment, right? Because why not? Scratching my face. Look at that. That's terrible. I'll be right back. Be right back, dear. All right, sorry. My computer froze and then it wouldn't let me back in. I don't know. I got Murph disease over here on my computer. All right, so let's go to the next one. All right. Pull that one up. And welcome everyone who came in.
You know, the next thing is, man.
All right. Hey YouTube, what's going on? I'm just saying VB here, filling in for Mike, Uncle Mike, while he's over in the Philippines. We're going into our first video today. Let's check it out. It is Prison Doctor Confirms Diddy Caught Deadly Disease in Jail. Ooh, let's see what they're talking about with this. All right, let's check it out, guys.
Craig Mack was the one that jumped Bad Boy off. And you know, Nick, bad that Craig Mack, who died from AIDS, that man, he got brainwashed so bad from Diddy and got done so wrong. The man went to South Carolina and joined a cult with his family until he died of AIDS a few years ago.
Diddy had a court hearing or a court appearance, and a lot of the headlines were, because you know there's no cameras in there, but the journalists that were in there said that when Diddy came out, that he was drastically showing weight loss and drastically looking a lot more gray and tired. I wanted to see if you had any thoughts on that, on his appearance, and if you had any thoughts on the court hearing itself.
Well, the weight loss, okay, yeah. You don't eat like you eat. He ain't drinking like he been drinking. That nigga was popping bottles. You know, it's a lot of sugar. He definitely ain't eating like he is. And stressing. They don't sell Dark and Lovely in there, y'all. Niggas can't get this shit Dark and Lovely.
Diddy's time behind bars just took a wild and shocking turn. According to new reports, a prison doctor has allegedly confirmed that Diddy may have caught a deadly disease while locked up, and the details are leaving folks speechless. From his lavish lifestyle to facing these harsh conditions, it's looking like the tables have seriously turned for Diddy. So, what's really going on behind those prison walls, and how did things get this bad? Well, a lot of people have come out claiming that Diddy lost a crazy amount of weight, not just because of that prison food or him skipping meals, but because he's reportedly dealing with an acute STD while locked up. You probably know that Diddy has been sitting in jail for a few months waiting on his trial that's set for May 2025.
To now, he appeared just astonishingly thinner, which you can expect to be inside a federal detention center for a couple months now. A lot different from the luxury lifestyle that he was living before, but he appeared very noticeably thinner, and maybe being locked up in detention is starting to wear on him. He appeared grayer a little bit as well too, but again, he appeared just like how you would expect Diddy to appear for a hearing. To now, he appeared just astonishingly thinner, which you can expect to be inside a federal detention center for a couple months now. A lot different from the luxury lifestyle that he was living before, but he appeared very noticeably thinner, and maybe being locked up in detention is starting to wear on him. He appeared grayer a little bit as well too, but again, he appeared just like how you would expect Diddy to appear for a hearing.
But here's where things get wild. We've all heard the stories about Diddy's lifestyle, how it wasn't just about women, but also involved male escorts and down-low activities. Well, the word is he might have kept that same energy behind bars. Apparently, Diddy's got himself a little crew of male fans in jail. These guys are riding for him so hard they're even making his bed for him. But that's not even the craziest part. Things between Diddy and these dudes have gone way beyond just folding sheets, if you know what I mean. And let's be real, access to protection in prison is a whole other issue, which brings us to the real news, and that's the allegations that Diddy might have contracted a deadly disease while in jail. And just when you think it couldn't get messier, Jaguar Wright jumped in to co-sign the rumors. In her usual no-filter style, she spilled some serious tea during a recent interview. She said Diddy has allegedly been dealing with HIV and even claimed she could name at least 20 other men in similar situations. Jaguar hinted this whole thing is way bigger than just Diddy, but didn't drop any names yet. She's saving all the details for her upcoming show. But let's rewind for a sec. So Diddy got arrested back on September 16th, 2024 on some heavy charges like SA, by force, fraud or coercion, conspiracy, and transportation for you-know-what.
Now to Sean Diddy Combs' investigation. New surveillance video shows Combs being taken into custody in a Manhattan hotel last week. Our senior investigative correspondent, 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗅𝗏, is at the scene of his arrest. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning to you, Robin. This is the hotel where Sean Combs was arrested a week ago. You can now see how that arrest went down. This morning, watch how federal agents took Sean Diddy Combs into custody. He's seen in this video entering the Park Hyatt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan with others when agents from Homeland Security Investigations approach and separate him. They place Combs under arrest and lead him out the front door in handcuffs. His lawyer said Combs had come to New York 2 weeks earlier with the intention of turning himself in. He did not expect the agents to be waiting at his hotel last Monday night.
Since that day, Jaguar has been coming for him like crazy. In October, during an interview with Piers Morgan, Jaguar went all in, calling Diddy one of the most dangerous people she's ever dealt with.
How dangerous do you think?
Thank God.
How dangerous do you think he is as a person?
I think he's one of the most dangerous people I've ever met. A lot of people have been questioning, well, she doesn't really know him. She has no knowledge of him. She doesn't have a picture with him. I'm smarter than Claudia Jordan. I would never take a picture with the devil.
How dangerous do you think he is? Yep, she straight up labeled him the devil. She also claimed Diddy's whole career was crafted by powerful industry figures to control the culture and keep the music industry running smoothly, basically painting him as some sort of demon for their benefit. Jaguar even said she's been warning folks about him and Jay-Z for years, describing them both as monsters whose actions were ignored until now. Now here's where things get even messier. Recent reports are saying Diddy is flat out refusing to leave his cell at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn.
P. Diddy ringing in the new year with a jailhouse meltdown, at least according to some new reports. All this comes as the disgraced singer spends his first holiday season behind bars, and a judge rules one of his accusers can remain anonymous. By now you're well aware that 55-year-old Sean Combs, also known as P. Diddy, is being held at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. He's facing federal charges of conspiracy by force, and transportation to engage in prostitution.
This refusal is messing up all kinds of legal proceedings, including the multiple SA lawsuits he's caught up in. In fact, Tony Busby's assistant spilled in a letter that Diddy's refusal to cooperate is causing delays in everything from serving legal papers to scheduling and managing these cases. The letter even said they're trying to get a conference rescheduled because Diddy won't leave his cell to accept service, like, at all. Now, why might he be doing this? Some folks are saying it could be tied to his alleged health issues. If those rumors about HIV are true, it's possible Diddy's struggling with the physical effects of the disease and doesn't want to be seen in public right now. Makes sense, right? But it could also be because of paranoia. Apparently his paranoia is at an all-time high. Word on the street is he's so terrified of being poisoned that he's straight up refusing to eat some of his meals.
And the other advice I would tell him, maybe he should get on the Jewish diet. Because the kosher meals is way better than the food somebody else is making for you. At least they're going to come hot, they're going to come sealed, and you got to be the one to open them. That's very important.
And honestly, when you think about all the allegations floating around about Diddy allegedly pulling shady moves, like poisoning people to cause pneumonia-like symptoms, it kind of makes sense why he'd be worried someone might turn the tables on him now. But it ain't so far-fetched, and some people who've seen jail themselves have told us about it too. A former inmate, Larry Levine, said that Diddy's fear of being poisoned ain't that crazy at all. Diddy even had the audacity to demand his own personal nutritionist in jail.
Diddy's eating.
Well, I got an inside source there at MDC, and if they knew who it was, they'd really plot. When people go into custody, they have anxiety, they're depressed, a lot of things go through their mind. And one of the things they do is they stop eating. Look what happened to Jeff Epstein. I got people every day saying, you think they're going to Epstein him? And I go, well, I really don't know. Imagine if someone paid someone off on the inside to actually poison his food, give him a heart attack, and he dies. And no one would really think anything of it. So that may be one of the reasons he's not eating. There's a possibility that he wants to go on a kosher diet. It's prepared a little bit differently. It's a religious diet.
He wanted someone to come in and help him get back in shape after prison life started taking a toll on him, but the prison system wasn't having it. Now here's where things get even more interesting.
This is what I said before. We are here. We're here. Puffy, he up here somewhere. He not here with us. He not here with us. You requesting somebody to come and help you get in shape, buddy. You better hit them weights. Start doing them push-ups like the rest of them in there. Them sit-ups. Go into the yard, work out. Find somebody in there to train you in the yard. There's plenty of people in the yard to help train you. Oh, I forgot you can't be around everybody. Well, then, maybe you just want to request to be in population with every Gen Pop with everybody else. Let's see how that works out. No? Okay.
Interesting. Diddy has also been refusing to leave his cell, and people are wondering if this is all part of some bigger plan. Is he just trying to stay out of the public eye because of the alleged physical effects of his health issues, or is he using it as a way to dodge even more lawsuits? Some folks think it's a stalling tactic to keep the legal system at bay. The internet had thoughts about this, as always. One person straight up said, "Don't let him die. I want to see him in court to face his dirty actions." And some people think it's only natural that all of these things are happening to him right now. Can't blame Diddy for crying in his cell when he's fallen from so high to so low, especially knowing the weight of not only his legal issues, but knowing some big PPL are out to get him. But even though he might be in danger, Diddy is still his old self. Why? Well, let's just say that the drama behind bars at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center is giving prime-time reality show vibes. Diddy is now all pissy because Luigi Mangione is stealing the spotlight inside prison walls. The inmates are showing Mangione love, and Diddy, who's used to being the main character everywhere he goes, is not handling it well. According to sources, Diddy's throwing tantrums because Luigi is being treated like some kind of folk hero. A source close to the situation even said Diddy's ego is still bigger than life. Which, are we surprised? However, Diddy's spokesperson is calling all this jealousy talk false. Now, Luigi is in solitary confinement, so he and Diddy haven't even crossed paths, but apparently the inmates can't stop talking about Luigi's backstory. He's loved for sharing his struggles with back pain and the perceived injustices of the healthcare system, a hot topic among prisoners, especially considering the jail itself has a reputation for inadequate healthcare. Luigi's also gaining attention for his boldness for taking out the CEO, which has galvanized some critics of the healthcare industry. Oh, and here's the real deal. Mangione knows about his rising fan base. Sources say he's choked up by the support, and it's given him confidence. Like, people are calling him a hero and even lusting over him, and he's here for it. Meanwhile, Diddy is still stuck in general population, reportedly feeling like his star power isn't enough to win over the inmates. For someone who's always been larger than life, this must be a humbling experience. Let's not forget, Brooklyn's MDC isn't new to housing controversial figures. It's the same place Jeffrey Epstein died and where Sam Bankman-Fried is currently locked up. So Diddy's dealing with a lot: competition for attention, legal battles, and the harsh reality that prison doesn't care about your resume. So what's your take? Do you think Diddy's paranoia and behavior are because of his alleged health struggles, or is this just him playing games to avoid facing the music? Could Jaguar Wright's claims actually be exposing the truth, or is this just another wild rumor? Let us know about it down below.
Oh, okay. So allegedly he's in Gen Pop now. Okay. Well, if you in Gen Pop, boo, go find somebody out there on the yard to help train you, honey. There's plenty of them. They do push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups all day. This is what they do. Okay? You want to go work out? Go work out with the guys in the yard. Okay? And stop being jealous, Puff. You're corny. All right? Stop it. You're a cornball. You jealous of the dude that's in there getting all the attention because you want to be inmate number one? Stop it. Stop it. Anyway, y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. Take it light, take it slow. Tell him Uncle Mike, and I'm just saying VB told you so. Bye. All right. We go to the next one. And put it up here.
Because like I said, like, people going to talk, people going to
try to get through these. All right. What's up, YouTube? How you doing? I'm just saying VB filling in for Uncle Mike. We're going to go ahead and get into this video. Jermaine Dupri panics after leaked SEX tape reveals what Diddy did to young stars at freak-offs. Oh boy, I do not know what's going to happen here, but let's see.
make up stuff, people gonna say things. That's just a part of the game. You know what I mean? People have said the most craziest shit about people all the time.
But you just get tired of like bro, I don't want to see naked men, bro. That's my preference, though. Yeah. I'm allowed to have that preference.
So did Jermaine Dupri just get exposed for his involvement in Diddy's alleged free?
with young stars? Y'all, the internet is on fire after whispers of a leaked tape that reportedly reveals shocking details about what went down at these infamous parties. If these claims are even half true, it could be a career-ending scandal for some of the music business's biggest names. So what's really been going on, and why is Jermaine Dupri reportedly in full panic mode? Well, stick around because we're diving into all the messy details, and trust me, the tea is so scalding. Well, Bow Wow's recent comments about missing Diddy's parties didn't sit right with a lot of people, especially given the darker revelations that have been coming out about what really went down at these infamous events. Now, on the surface, Bowward Woward was just reminiscing about the good old days of lavish celebrity gatherings, but considering how many people have come forward with these horrifying stories of what they experienced at these so-called parties, it's no surprise people were quick to give him the side eye.
We ain't going. He was just such a gatekeeper for the liquor in the clubs, like he was everything about.
But that's not all, because Bow Wow didn't just casually mention missing Diddy's parties. He specifically credited Diddy with teaching him the lifestyle. And let's be real, in an industry where the lifestyle often means rubbing elbows with the rich and powerful in exchange for favors, that comment raised a lot of eyebrows. But people couldn't help but wonder, was Bow Wow hinting at something deeper? Was he a participant in these wild parties, or worse, one of the victims? The fact that he kept emphasizing how different things feel without Diddy around only added more fuel to the fire.
Give me thoughts when you say, like, Bow Wow say that he is upset, or he feels the way that there's no more Diddy parties. He's almost like he's fiending for the Diddy parties. Like, man, it ain't going down like it was.
Well, if you've been following Little Bow Wow and his career from the start, you probably know how he got his big break. At just 6 years old, Snoop Dogg discovered his talent and gave him the name Lil Bow Wow. Snoop even took him on tour, giving him a front row seat to the fast-paced world of hip-hop. But things took a sharp turn when Snoop left Death Row Records, with the label embroiled in violent drama and Snoop wanting out. He had to figure out what to do with young Bow Wow.
Tell him your name. This is Bow Wow. Y'all hear that? Can y'all hear it? Yes. He's the future. He's a rapper too. He gonna drop and y'all go out and grab this stuff soon. We're gonna do this intro, okay? This is a comedian. You like comics? Cool.
My little nephew, Lil Bow Wow, was in the video.
Should have kept the plastic on and missed.
We met him at a concert we had did in Ohio. My DJ seen him in the audience. Pulled him backstage. He came backstage. He rapped. And after he rapped, he sounded so much like me. I was like, man, you Lil Bow Wow.
Enter the So-So-Def CEO, Jermaine Dupri. Snoop didn't want Bow Wow to get caught up in this mess, and so he passed him over to Jermaine Dupri, who quickly signed him to So-So-Def. Under Dupri's guidance, Bow Wow's career skyrocketed. He became one of the youngest rap artists to dominate the charts with hit songs and even movie roles. On the outside, everything looked perfect, but now with Jermaine Dupri being dragged into these Diddy freak-off scandals, people are starting to question whether there was more to Bow Wow's So-So-Def era than we ever knew. And to make matters even worse, rumors are swirling that Dupri didn't just help Bow Wow with his career, he might have introduced him to the darker side of the industry. Allegedly, Jermaine Dupri was a regular at Diddy's freak-offs, and some sources claim that Bow Wow was often taken to these events. If true, that would mean that Bow Wow was exposed to this wild lifestyle while he was still a young child.
It's love right here at the table right here, man. This is 20-some years of love right here. Like, before I had kids, you was my son. And that's just what it is. It's the same with JD. I seen how he raised you. Like, he put his career on pause for you. Know that.
Well, the legend has it that Dupri wasn't just a mentor to Bow Wow. He allegedly introduced him to the side of the industry that no child should ever be exposed to. But that's not all, because word on the streets is that Dupri not only took advantage of Bow Wow himself, but also passed him around to other industry heavyweights, including, you guessed it, Diddy. The stories sound horrifying, and if true, it paints a disturbing picture of what Bow Wow may have endured growing up in the limelight.
Yeah, I never really experienced that shit before. Like, and you know, I can only go by my life, you know what I'm saying? This is me talking about me, you know. I live in Atlanta, Georgia. I've been living in Atlanta my whole life damn near for over 20 years, you know, and, you know.
But Dupree's shady past doesn't stop with Bow Wow. Let's talk about the late Chris Kelly, one half of the legendary duo Criss Cross. You remember Criss Cross will make you jump, jump. Yes, Jermaine Dupri discovered Criss Cross when they were just 12 years old, and they quickly became a household name in the early 90s. On the surface, it seemed like Jermaine Dupri was simply nurturing young talent, but according to rumors, there was much darker stuff going on behind their relationship. After Chris Kelly tragically passed away in 2013 from an OD, speculation began to swirl that his struggles from substances might have been rooted in trauma from his time under Dupree's mentorship. Many believe that the horrific things that Chris allegedly experienced while working with Dupree contributed to his downward spiral.
He passes at a relatively young age. Was it 30-something?
Yeah, I think so.
I have to go back and look at that because, you know, Criss Cross was definitely my era, and they were just, you know, we loved them so much, and we did hear about different things that were going on. I don't think I ever remember hearing anything specifically about Jermaine Dupri, which is kind of just, once again, disheartening. But, you know, if everybody gotta go, everybody gotta go. That's just what it is. And it's a shame that these people, you know, have lost their lives and, you know, possibly had to go through these things. And there was no one that they could have turned to that could have helped them or that they could have told what was going on. So, you know, it's just sad for these kids and for these artists that just want to do music and just want to, you know, entertain people, make people smile and, you know, enjoy a party, enjoy a good time. And it turns into this disgusting, nasty, monstrous, heinous activity. It's very sad.
Did you see that coming at all? Were you guys still in contact?
No, I didn't see that coming. We was in we had just did the 20th anniversary, so it was like, we had just started.
And to make matters even worse, when news of Chris's death broke, Jermaine Dupri went on a PR campaign, acting like he was the most heartbroken person on the planet. He even released an emotional statement calling Chris his son and claiming that he would always love him. Though at first people believed him until he appeared in a Vlad TV interview talking about Chris in the most suspicious way. He couldn't even keep his story straight, let alone remember Chris's name properly. Instead of showing genuine grief, Dupri came off as shady, which only fueled the rumors about what really went on behind closed doors. Now let's not forget, Mr. Cat Williams wasn't just throwing any random accusations. He was serious when he called out Diddy and Jermaine Dupri for their alleged behavior. And as even more stories surfaced, it's becoming clear that Cat might have been onto something. At the time, people dismissed Cat as being crazy or bitter, but in reality, he might have been one of the few people brave enough to speak out against these powerful men running the industry.
Small as a child. I was fucking jamming.
And to make matters worse, Dupree's past isn't just being re-examined because of Bow Wow or Criss Cross. It's also because Dupree's name has popped up in connection with Diddy's infamous freak-offs. With Diddy now facing serious charges, with more victims coming forward, and people are wondering if Dupree could be next on the chopping block. After all, he and Diddy were known to roll together hard back in the day. And if Dupree really was involved in those wild parties, it's only a matter of time before someone comes forward with receipts.
You gotta get people to start thinking that Bow Wow is grown.
Yes.
Yeah, you in the shell, yo. You gotta come out that shell.
I'm definitely not.
Nah, yes, you are.
Why you be hating on my? Come on, man. You know I got this. It's my turn now.
But this is the shady part that I need your opinion on. While Jermaine publicly acted heartbroken over Chris Kelly's passing, some fans believe it was nothing more than a performance to save face. Why? Well, because according to the resurfaced comments, there was some serious bad blood between Jermaine and Chris before his death. One fan even went as far as to accuse Jermaine Dupri of trying to cover up the fact that Chris had once sued him. The fan claimed that the lawsuit was tied to allegations of misconduct and that Chris and his family had won the case, though it was allegedly kept quiet from the public. Of course, Jermaine Dupri wasn't about to let that slide, so he clapped back at the fan and even threatened to sue the page that posted the comment.
So go back. So once I said Chris was watching Ice Cube and this, that, and third, and Chris went to Bunch Middle School, right? And I would pick. Once I became close with them. They didn't want their mamas to pick them up no more. It was Jermaine pick us up from school.
Right.
But that's not all, because fans weren't convinced by Dupree's response. After all, there are way too many stories about him and young boys in the industry to just brush off these claims. Whether it was Bow Wow, Chris Cross, or other young artists Jermaine mentored, people can't help but wonder if there's more to this so-called mentorship than meets the eye. And speaking of questionable behavior, let's talk about the viral clip that recently started making the rounds. In the video, a former bodyguard from the infamous Tunnel nightclub spilled some jaw-dropping tea about an incident involving Bow Wow. According to the bodyguard, Bow Wow, who was just about 15 or 16 at the time, was preyed upon by a much older woman during a party.
And that big booty Puerto Rican chick from Newark, New Jersey, by Broad Street in the projects. You know who I'm talking about. You know what you did with Bow Wow. Why you gonna rape that little nigga? You know he was only 15, 16 when he came up in this motherfucker. Why you gonna do that to the man?
Now you might be wondering, where was Jermaine Dupri in all this? Well, that's exactly the problem. Instead of protecting Bow Wow, Dupri allegedly turned a blind eye to the whole situation. And that's not even the worst part. There are rumors that Jermaine Dupri encouraged Bow Wow to embrace this kind of lifestyle at an early age, which, if true, would explain a lot about why Bow Wow ended up with so many wild situations later in life. But if you thought that Jermaine's past actions were already questionable, it gets even worse. In a recently resurfaced video, Jermaine Dupri can be seen proudly boasting about taking a young Bow Wow to clubs and exposing him to things far beyond what any kid his age should have been dealing with. Instead of being a mentor who shielded Bow Wow from the darker side of the industry, Jermaine Dupri seemed to revel in the fact that he was introducing Bow Wow to a world meant for grown adults.
At the end of the day, it's like, I challenge Bow Wow. I say, yo.
But that's not all, because fans were shocked about how nonchalant Jermaine spoke about it, as if exposing a child to such an environment was something to brag about. Well, this resurfaced clip reignited concerns about Jermaine Dupri's role in shaping Bow Wow's early years in the industry. After all, Bow Wow was barely a teenager when he was placed in these situations, and Jermaine, being his mentor, should have known better. And just when we thought that things couldn't get messier, this infamous limo incident comes about. Rumors have been swirling for years that Bow Wow was taken advantage of by a male bodyguard in Jermaine's limo during his early career days. While Bow Wow has publicly denied these allegations, fans couldn't help but notice how careful he was with his words. It felt like he was holding something back, maybe out of fear of pressure from the industry.
There's been the crazy rumor that you got raped by your security guard.
That's fucking ridiculous. That's crazy.
You've heard that before.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be pressure from the industry. It could be something as easy as he's just embarrassed by act. Like he's a man, so from what I understand, it's difficult for a lot of men to report abuse of that type of nature, because it's a stigma on them. Like, they feel like, oh, well, you should have been able to protect yourself. You should have been able to fight back and this and that. So, it doesn't necessarily have to be the industry putting pressure, which it could be, but it could be just the fact that he doesn't want to admit that that's happened to him. Like, I mean, think about how traumatic that is. These are the people that were supposed to be taking care of him and, protecting him. And, yet they were putting him into a situation that was no good for him. And this whole thing about, I guess the lifestyle and showing these kids the lifestyle. This is not the lifestyle for a child. So why are you showing them adult lifestyles? This is not their lifestyle right now. Show them what a child lifestyle should be for a child that maybe has, money or is going to be in entertainment, because the child lifestyle and entertainment should not be the same as an adult lifestyle and entertainment. And none of these lifestyles should include anything that, Puffy and Jermaine Dupri allegedly and all these other weirdo people were doing. So, let's just keep going.
Yeah, that was like the first rumor that ever had came out.
And some fans believe that Bow Wow's denial was less about clearing the air and more about trying to avoid bringing more attention to something he'd rather not discuss. He looked uncomfortable, one fan commented after watching Bow Wow's response. It's like he wanted to say more but couldn't. But But that's what makes this even more troubling, is there's a pattern of silence surrounding these allegations. Just like Kris Kross's case, Jermaine seems to have a way of making sure things don't fully come to light, whether it's through legal threats or simply industry pressure. Many believe that Jermaine has done everything in his power to keep these stories under wraps, but Bow Wow's reluctance to openly speak about the limo incident only adds fuel to the fire. Was it just an unfortunate rumor, or was there more to the story than Bow Wow is willing or allowed to say? Whatever the truth is, the fact that so many young artists have come under Jermaine Dupri have faced similar rumors paints a very disturbing picture. Things took a darker turn when Bow Wow's ex-girlfriend Erica Mena exposed just how deeply he was affected by his experiences in the industry, and Erica didn't hold back, revealing that Bow Wow carried a lot of unresolved trauma, which often manifested as anger issues. According to her, not only has Bow Wow dealing with some emotional scars, but he also took out his frustrations on those closest to him, including her.
When it was great, and then it was completely bad. When you finally get to know someone, you know, that's when you really have to reevaluate, you know, and people just have certain demons that they have to deal with. I have my own. And
now we've seen this type of pattern with others that are alleged victims of the industry exploitation. When someone goes through traumatic experiences like that, especially at a young age, they often struggle to process it in healthy ways. For some, this means turning to substances or alcohol, and others lash out at the people around them. While that doesn't justify Bow Wow's behavior, it does shed light on how deep his pain might run.
When things behind closed doors become healthy for him, I really hope he does get the best out of life, because everybody deserves that.
But that's not all, because Bow Wow's story isn't unique. In fact, it eerily mirrors the experience of another former child star, Orlando Brown. Now, Orlando started out as a shining star with lead roles in several Disney movies. He was talented, charismatic, and could sing down, and he seemed destined for a bright future in Hollywood. But just like Bowward Woward, his promising career was derailed when things took a turn for the worse.
He's got good pussy. So I can tell you what the fuck it was.
Okay.
Now, rumors have been circulating that Orlando was also preyed upon by powerful figures in the industry, including none other than Diddy. And over the years, Orlando has made some wild claims about what went down behind the scenes. And while some dismissed him as being unstable on that stuff, others believe that his erratic behavior is a result of the trauma he endured. As if things weren't messy enough, Orlando Brown took things to a whole new level when he made a jaw-dropping claim about having X-rated relations with Bow Wow during an interview. Now, the internet went wild after Orlando casually dropped the bomb, leaving fans confused and disturbed. Now, while many brushed it off as another one of Orlando's bizarre antics and outbursts, there's a deeper layer to this story that's far more unsettling.
He's saying that Bow Wow's
No, I was no.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about That's So Raven. Like on the set.
It's the same thing.
What was the remember my
Okay, everybody,
No,
Bow Wow was Raven.
Huh? Don't speak.
And this is where things get darker. Allegedly, these encounters weren't something Orlando or Bow Wow sought out on their own. Rumors are swirling that Jermaine Dupri played a key role in coercing Bow Wow into these situations, while Diddy allegedly did the same to Orlando when they were just young stars. And according to these insiders, these powerful figures took advantage of their influence to exploit these boys under the guise of mentoring them in the industry. The similarities between Bow Wow and Orlando Brown highlighted a disturbing pattern in the entertainment industry. Both started off as young talents with a world of opportunity ahead of them. Both ended up dealing with trauma and struggling to maintain their mental health, and both have hinted at darker things happening behind the scenes involving some of the most powerful names in the business. It's hard to ignore the parallels here. Whether it's Bow Wow's anger issues or Orlando's public breakdowns, it seems like the entertainment industry has a way of breaking down these young stars instead of protecting them. And fans have started to piece together these stories, pointing out that this isn't just a coincidence, it's a reoccurring issue that's been swept under the rug for far too long. So what do y'all think about this, though? Did Jermaine Dupri and Diddy really have a hand in exposing young stars like Bow Wow and Orlando to such a dark industry? And could Orlando's wild claims actually be rooted in truth, or is it just another one of his bizarre moments? And with all these receipts coming out, do you think more hidden secrets about these infamous freakouts will be revealed soon? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And don't you forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe for more juicy stories about the latest hip-hop beefs, and definitely check out this next video on your end screen because it's even more revealing than this one.
Yeah, what I will say about Orlando Brown, I don't care what anybody says. That man now, and even as a child, phenomenal actor, phenomenal. I don't think people realize how great of an actor Orlando Brown is, and he is very funny, very, very funny, hilarious, and can be vulgar at times, but yeah, he's definitely a very funny man, a phenomenal actor from childhood all the way to now. I don't think he gets enough kudos for just what he's put into this business, and I hope that whatever trauma and despair that Bow Wow, Orlando Brown, any of these child stars, entertainers, whatever, have been through, I hope that at some point justice is served to those people that have done what they've done to them. And like I said, if that means the whole industry has to go, then see ya. We got plenty of talented people here in the world that can go right into those positions and that don't need to, do these types of things and have this type of activity go on in order to have great entertainment. And so that's what we need to look at, and that's what we need to expect from the people who give us, the entertainment and everything like that. We don't want to be smiling and laughing at something, and then in the background, the people who are making us smile and laugh are going through some major trauma. Like, how crazy is that? But that's my thoughts or whatever. You let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm going to get on out of here. You guys take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike and I'm just saying VB told you so. Bye, guys. All right. Let's go on to the next one. Let's see. I got to pull this up. Hey, everybody in the side chat. Chat turns from PG to XXX. Oh, is the side chat going XXX? Uh-oh. What y'all doing in here? Y'all cutting up in here? Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody in the side chat. We got 2 more videos. This one's Jason Lee. Okay. So let me pull this one.
We don't know what evidence Busby has.
And we will get started. My butt hurting me. Ouch. I got to turn to one side so I'm not, putting all this weight on one cheek. All right. Anyway, we're cutting that out. Nobody's going to get that. To hear that better not make it into the next one. Anyway. What's up, YouTube? How you doing? I'm just saying VB here, filling in for Uncle Mike. We're gonna get into our next video reaction. Jason Lee leaked shocking audio of prison call between Jay-Z, R. Kelly, and Kelly has receipts. Okay, let's see what Jason Lee has to tell us. All right, let's get into this.
Other than the testimony of his client,
right?
Are there text messages? Is there some record? I mean, this driver who allegedly she jumped in the car with and went to the the party.
These are individual cases. There are indeed other perpetrators involved. They will be revealed when that particular individual case is ready to be filed. They already know who they are.
Hip-hop mogul Jay-Z facing a rape allegation. Sean Carter, his real name, is doubling down against his accuser, saying she's looking for money and fame, releasing a new statement overnight, calling for the claims to be actually dismissed.
Y'all, this story just took a new turn that no one saw coming because Jay-Z is now entangled in an explosive legal battle that has everybody talking. Leaked voicemails and shocking claims suggest he's been pulling strings behind the scenes, but it doesn't end there, with more women allegedly stepping forward and ties with the Diddy scandal surfacing everywhere. This situation is spiraling out of control. Stay tuned because what's being uncovered could change everything. Yeah, y'all, things are heating up for Jay-Z and Roc Nation, and not in a good way. Texas attorney Tony Buzbee, who's representing several alleged victims in the explosive Sean Diddy Combs case, has accused Jay-Z's team of orchestrating an illegal operation to intimidate his former clients. According to a bombshell lawsuit, Roc Nation allegedly financed a scheme to target and bribe former clients of Buzbee's firm. But that's not all, because the accusations include reports of operatives flashing fake badges and pretending to work for the state of Texas. One former client was allegedly offered $10,000 to turn against Buzbee, painting a picture of tactics that are as shady as they are desperate. Buzbee isn't backing down at all, though, because in his words, this scheme wasn't just sloppy, it was caught on tape. Yes, y'all, there's allegedly audio proof of Jay-Z's team's involvement. Now, Jay-Z's team is saying this whole thing is just a desperate move to distract from the real issues. But let's not forget, this is all happening while Jay-Z himself is caught up in a serious lawsuit. Jay-Z has been accused in a civil case tied to a shocking 2000 incident involving a 13-year-old girl. While he's denied any wrongdoing and hasn't been criminally charged, the timing of these new allegations couldn't be worse.
We turn now to the latest on the sexual assault allegations against Jay-Z, accused of sexually assaulting a then 13-year-old girl with Sean Diddy Combs at an after party back in 2000. Both men have denied all wrongdoing.
But listen, it gets real murky because the alleged victim recently admitted her story has some inconsistencies, but she's standing by the core of her claims. Some people think these new findings have weakened the case, but others are saying it's only a piece of a bigger puzzle.
And I'm talking here about not just the cowardly but complicit bystanders. That is, those people that we know watched this behavior occur and did nothing. I'm talking about the people that participated, encouraged it, egged it on. They know who they are.
But let's not forget how Diddy's situation connects to all of this. He's already facing federal charges in the ST case that's revealing decades of abuse and manipulation through his infamous freak-off parties. Prosecutors are still digging, and there's talk that more big names in the industry could be dragged into this mess. Could Jay-Z be next? Well, the connections between these two moguls are hard to ignore, and the allegations are making people question just how deep the love goes.
But in the case of these three men that have just filed civil complaints against Sean Combs, these are allegations that are between 2019 and 2022, so they are more recent claims.
This whole thing between Buzbee and Jay-Z, though, it started months ago when the lawyer sent a letter making some heavy accusations. When Jay-Z didn't respond, Buzbee filed a lawsuit on behalf of Jane Doe, the alleged victim from that 2000 incident. And let's just say, Jay-Z did not take it lying down. He filed his own countersuit accusing Buzbee of trying to extort him. But Buzbee came right back, adding Jay-Z's name to the lawsuit in October and refusing to back down. The whole thing is turning into a...
That picture of Buzbee looked like he's saying, I got time today. That's just... He's just looking like, yeah, I got time today. Come on, let's do this. Man, this is a mess.
Legal tug of war that's got everybody asking who's yapping and capping and who's telling the truth, Ruth. But here's where the drama takes a whole new level. Those leaked voicemails, well, they're tied to some jaw-dropping allegations about Roc Nation's alleged efforts to silence and manipulate clients tied to attorney Tony Buzbee's firm. Buzbee claims that shortly after he filed the anonymous lawsuit against Diddy and the unnamed celebrities, his clients started getting unexpected visits from so-called investigators. And these people didn't just show up empty-handed. They were reportedly flashing fake badges, claiming to be from the state of Texas and asking if clients wanted to join a class action lawsuit against Buzbee's firm.
He also called the rapper's allegations a, quote, coordinated and desperate effort to focus the public's attention on me personally to avoid attention on the allegations being made by my clients.
But it didn't stop there because according to the lawsuit, those operatives were pushy, offering connections to private lawyers and dangling the promise of easy money in front of vulnerable clients. One particular case involved a former client, 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗟𝗢𝗓, who was approached at his home by two individuals claiming to represent the state. They allegedly told him they could help him sue Busby's firm, insisting there was money in this for you. But y'all, here's the kicker. One of these so-called investigators slipped up and admitted on tape that they were actually working for a Mississippi attorney connected to Roc Nation's philanthropic arm, Team Roc. Roc Nation is being linked directly to these shady dealings, and now there's a recording that could serve as hard evidence. But to make matters even worse, the investigator allegedly told Garcia that 70 people had already signed on to the class action lawsuit. Imagine that. Dozens of people potentially being pulled up into this mess under false pretenses. It's a manipulative, calculative, and if true, completely illegal. This entire situation has left people asking one big question: how far is Roc Nation willing to go to protect Jay-Z's empire? And if the allegations are in fact true, we're not just talking about legal battles or PR nightmares. This is about outright coercion and undermining the justice system. And with leaked voicemails allegedly backing up these claims, the whole thing feels just less like speculation and more like scandal waiting to explode. Now, the leaked voicemails didn't just stop at exposing Roc Nation's alleged interference. They've ignited a series of lawsuits that could bring on even more heat to this already messy situation. While it's unclear if a formal class action lawsuit against Tony Busby's firm has truly been filed, two former clients have recently stepped forward with explosive claims. Let's start with 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗞, the former ship captain who alleges that Busby's firm left him high and dry after a personal injury settlement. According to his lawsuit, Guthrie settled his case for over $300,000, but only walked away with a mere $5,123 in his pocket. The rest, it reportedly went to attorney fees, expenses, and a loan repayment riddled with high interest charges. But here's the wild part. The lawsuit claims that Busby's firm charged Guidry over $23,000 in interest on an $85,000 loan. If true, that's not just lawyer math, it's downright predatory. But that's not all. Another former client, Matthew Ray Thompson, has come forward with similar accusations. Thompson alleges that Busby's firm took more than 60% of his settlements and overstated case expenses to pad their own pockets. The suit even claims that the law firm deposited settlement checks into its own operating account and issued funds to Thompson and his wife via Venmo as high-interest loans. Not Venmo. These lawsuits don't just paint Busby's firm in a bad light, they also raise questions about whether Roc Nation's alleged meddling influenced these clients to come forward. Are these isolated incidents, or could this be a part of a larger strategy to discredit Busby and his work? I want to know if it's actually true, because if that's true, then those people that are underneath.
I mean, people need to know, anytime you're dealing with a lawyer or a legal team, you need to read the fine print. You need to read the whole contract before you sign it, before you give your retainer. Understand what the numbers are. Because let me tell you what, especially if it's a pro bono, and even if you have a retainer on file with them, you need to read, once this retainer is out, are you giving me an itemized list of what my retainer is going to, so that when the retainer is done and when you have to either put more money in or they're going to continue to charge you and what you're being charged for. Because if you don't understand it, you're just sitting there. Yes, it can turn out to where your settlement is going to go mostly to attorney fees. So you have to make sure that you're reading that fine print and everything like that, because if not, things like that can happen. And that's just not with Busby, that's with any attorney. You need to read and understand and ask questions. Okay. Even if you have to take it somewhere else and have someone else look over it, it's okay. Take your time, read through it, understand what the numbers are, understand what the percentages is, and then come back and decide if this is going to work for you or not going to work for you. So that's all I'll say about that.
him for these settlements might want to jump ship. But to make matters worse, these claims give Roc Nation's team more ammunition to argue that Busby's firm is unreliable and unethical. And if true, this could seriously undermine Busby's ongoing cases, including those involving Diddy and Jay-Z. And if you thought that this was crazy, wait until you hear this news. New allegations have surfaced against Busby, and they're explosive. According to court documents obtained by The Mirror, the Texas attorney is now being accused of concealing a venereal disease and transmitting it to a former client.
The high-profile attorney who filed multiple lawsuits against Diddy and one against Jay-Z is now accused of infecting a woman he dated with a venereal disease, according to a new suit filed in New York Supreme Court.
But that's not all. Busby didn't waste any time clapping back. In a very bold statement, he slammed the accusations as frivolous, laughable, and ridiculous, calling them nothing more than an attempt to tarnish his reputation. And here's where things got really heated. Busby claims that these allegations are part of a larger conspiracy, allegedly orchestrated by Roc Nation to intimidate him into backing down from the lawsuits tied to Diddy. But let's really talk about the timing, because the timing of these allegations is more than suspicious. Right as Busby is turning up the heat on Diddy and Jay-Z with lawsuits that could potentially expose more industry secrets, these accusations against him conveniently surface. Coincidence? Not likely. According to Busby, this isn't just about trying to embarrass him, it's about stopping him in his tracks. He called out what he describes as a criminal conspiracy to discredit him and keep him from pursuing justice for his clients. And if you're thinking that this sounds calculated, you're not alone, because many are questioning whether this is a legitimate concern about Busby's actions or a tactic to shift attention away from the accusations against Jay-Z and Diddy.
But Jay-Z's made it clear, man, that he's not paying one penny, and he's personally called in his letter Busby a deplorable human. So this
made fun of him for being a Marine, like you have no valor. It's gotten ugly, right?
It's gotten very ugly and very personal.
Well, Roc Nation, the entertainment empire Jay-Z built, is now being pulled further into the drama, because Busby claims individuals connected to Roc Nation are the ones behind these accusations, working to undermine his credibility. If true, this would be a huge move by Jay-Z's team to deflect attention away from the growing list of claims against him.
This morning, Houston attorney Tony Busby is speaking out again about the claims made by rapper Jay-Z through his company Roc Nation on Sunday.
But to make things even worse, these tactics could completely backfire. While discrediting Busby might seem like a smart strategy, it risks making Jay-Z's camp look more focused on silencing opposition than addressing the actual allegations against him. And here's the kicker. With all eyes on Busby's alleged wrongdoings, the victims he represents are at risk of being overshadowed. And that's a problem. Regardless of what's true or not about Busby, his clients' stories are what really matter. And if Jay-Z's team is indeed behind it, it paints a troubling picture of how far they might go to protect his image. But at the same time, these new allegations against Busby add another layer of all the complexity to an already tangled legal web.
If you have multiples, that's not as common. There are false claims that come out, but to have multiples seems a little bit more unlikely to sort of be like, oh, it's all nonsense.
Oh, and you thought I was done? Absolutely not, because the latest developments are raising even more eyebrows. Rumors are swirling that more alleged victims could step forward with accusations against Jay-Z. For years, he's been untouchable, but now his carefully crafted image is starting to crumble under the weight of these allegations.
They're trying to discredit Busby, which is interesting. They're trying to claim he's done this before, which, to be fair, there have been some other athletes and people who've sort of won against him, saying that they were sort of pushed and he didn't have all the facts.
But what's even more shocking, it's not just women coming forward anymore. In a bombshell new filing, Jay-Z is now being accused of multiple incidents involving both male and female young kids. Let that sink in for a minute. The same attorney representing the 13-year-old girl in the infamous 2000 case has now revealed allegations from a young boy, further complicating Jay-Z's legal and public relationship battles. These new court documents reveal some jaw-dropping claims, and Jay-Z's legal team, led by Alex Spiro, admitted in a recent filing that Jay-Z is the anonymous celebrity accusing attorney Tony Busby of extortion. This filing not only acknowledged the ongoing lawsuits, but also disclosed fresh accusations of multiple incidents with kids.
That's what we got to do. A lot of people are just saying Jay-Z's guilty. Not me. I learned from Johnny Depp. We can't just join on in any hype train like that. But a lot of these, there will be records, and if Spiro can pull enough of this out to show there was no after party, like
Spiro's filing painted Jay-Z as the victim of what he called a shameless scheme by Busby. According to Spiro, these claims are nothing more than a desperate attempt to extort large sums of money from Jay-Z under the threat of filing publicly humiliating lawsuits. Y'all, the internet has been talking about Jay-Z crashing out under the Rock Nation Twitter, and it looks like it's because of all the drama surrounding him with these leaked voicemails and the growing allegations that just keep getting messier. From the claims that Rock Nation tried to silence people to new claims potentially coming forward, it's clear the situation is far from over. With every detail that comes out, Jay-Z's legacy and the power dynamics in the entertainment world are being put under the spotlight. And this isn't just about one man, it's about the secrets and the influence that have shaped the industry for years. Do these leaked voicemails confirm Rock Nation's involvement, or is this just another attempt to smear Jay-Z's name? With more alleged victims possibly stepping forward, how much could this reshape how people view Jay-Z and his empire? And how do scandals like this impact the justice system as a whole and the way victims are treated in the industry? Drop your thoughts and comments below, because we got a whole lot to talk about. But don't forget to smash that like button while you're at it, and subscribe to the channel, and check out the next video on your screen, because we're diving even deeper into Hollywood's biggest scandals.
Well, yeah, so I was waiting for the prison call. Did I miss that? Maybe I closed my eyes on that one. Yeah, that was kind of weird. I don't know. We get these videos and I don't watch them before we watch them together for the reactions. So y'all let me know in the comments. Did y'all hear the prison call? I might have missed it. I thought I was paying attention, but maybe I didn't. But either way, like I said before, whoever was part of this heinous activity, this monstrous group of people victimizing, traumatizing, kids and other people and everything, you can go. I don't care what your name is. You can go. I don't care how much money you have. You can go. Like, it doesn't bother me at all. Whatever needs to happen to clean it up, let's clean it up. And let's, move forward after that. And let's do better. Okay. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike. And I'm just saying, VB told you so. Bye, guys. All right. We got one more. One
day my mother came to my house. It was kind of funny, but like.
All right. Okay. Hey YouTube, what's going on? I'm just saying, VB here, filling in for Uncle Mike. We're gonna get into this next video, the tragic story of Whitney Houston's real mom. So let's check it out and see what they got to say.
Now I look at it, I see the love and the passion that my mother had for me and she has for me.
My son called me. Gary called. Yeah. And what did he say? He said, Mommy, we have to do something about, I said, okay.
In the glitzy corridors of the music industry, secrets and legends lurk in every shadow. One name stands out amongst them, shining as bright as a supernova, Whitney Houston. Yet beneath her meteoric rise and unparalleled voice, whispers began to emerge, questioning her very lineage. Could it be that the world-renowned Whitney Houston's roots trace back to another starlet of yesteryears? What if the heart and soul of this musical diva were not what they seemed? Could the shimmering starlight of Whitney Houston have been cast from an unexpected source? As we dive into the depths of this enigma, we uncover the mysterious connection between Whitney Houston and another remarkable figure, Teresa Graves. The puzzle pieces start to form a picture, but will the final image be one we recognize? Interestingly, while many have come to know and love Whitney Houston for her powerful voice and impactful songs, few are privy to the rumors that have circulated in hushed tones, suggesting a deeper connection with Teresa Graves. Together, let's unravel this intricate web and discover the truth behind the curtain of glamour and fame. The music industry, much like Hollywood, has always been shrouded in a mist of mysteries, rumors, and secrets that often go untold. Some tales seem too wild to be true, while others, even if shrouded in speculation, seem to resonate with a hint of reality. One such enduring rumor revolves around the legendary Whitney Houston, a name synonymous with vocal prowess and iconic performances. Whitney's rise to fame was meteoric, her voice unparalleled, but amid the glitz, glamour, and countless accolades, murmurs about the details of her birth echoed discreetly. Interestingly, these whispers didn't focus on Whitney's talent or her chart-topping hits. Instead, they hinted at a hidden connection to another luminary of the entertainment world, Teresa Graves. Teresa, a name celebrated in both music and television circles, was rumored to be Whitney's biological mother. Now, for anyone even remotely familiar with Whitney's history, this claim might sound audacious. After all, Whitney's mother was known to be Cissy Houston, a respected figure in the gospel music scene. But like all intriguing tales, the narrative of Teresa being Whitney's real mother found its own set of believers. Admittedly, on the surface, these claims may appear baseless. However, if we delve a bit deeper, tracing the timelines of both Whitney and Teresa, a fascinating pattern emerges. During the late 60s and early 70s, Teresa was making her mark in the world of entertainment. This was around the same time Whitney was born. Shockingly, despite their apparent connections in the industry, there isn't any public record of interactions between young Whitney and Teresa. This absence of interaction fueled the rumors further. Furthermore, their striking resemblance became a point of discussion. Many pointed out the uncanny similarities in their facial features, the shape of their eyes, and even the nuances of their smiles. Could genetics play a role, or was it mere coincidence? Digging deeper into Teresa's life during the late 60s reveals an intriguing timeline. She had started making waves in the industry, transitioning from her musical beginnings to explore the world of acting. Around this period, secrecy was a valuable currency in Hollywood. Artists often went to great lengths to maintain a pristine public image, even if it meant obscuring certain truths. Whitney's early life, too, wasn't without its share of challenges. Growing up, she was aware of the expectations placed upon her, not just because of her family's musical lineage, but also due to the pressures of the industry. Any potential scandal, especially one related to her birth, could have jeopardized her budding career. It's important to note that while the rumor mill churned out stories, there was never any concrete evidence linking Teresa to Whitney as her biological mother. No DNA tests, no hidden letters, and no confessions. But the lack of evidence didn't quell the rumors. Instead, it added an aura of mystery, making the tale even more captivating. Additionally, there were those who believed that the rumor was not just a simple case of celebrity gossip. Some thought it was a deliberate attempt to tarnish Whitney's image, a tactic used by rivals or detractors. In the competitive world of the music industry, artists often face not only the pressures of performance, but also the challenges posed by competition and jealousy. Whispers of a secret often ignite curiosity. And when such a secret involves two celebrated figures from the world of music, the intrigue grows exponentially. To understand the gravity of the rumor suggesting Teresa Graves as Whitney Houston's real mother, it's vital to consider the backdrop against which it emerged. During the heydays of both these talented artists, the music industry, particularly in the United States, was undergoing significant changes. The tumultuous 60s and 70s were marked not just by the civil rights movement, but also by a vibrant cultural evolution. Music was at the forefront of this revolution, with genres like soul, gospel, and R&B gaining prominence. Interestingly, both Whitney and Teresa found their roots deep within these genres. Teresa's foray into the entertainment world began with singing. Although she later pivoted to acting, music remained an intrinsic part of her identity. Likewise, Whitney, even as a young artist, showcased a vocal range and depth that resonated with the soulful beats of the era. As their careers advanced, it became evident that both artists had an inherent connection to the rhythmic pulse of their times. Moreover, while Teresa and Whitney never publicly acknowledged any relationship beyond professional admiration, certain industry insiders alluded to a deeper connection. Conversations behind closed doors, subtle hints dropped during interviews, and guarded comments made by fellow artists added fuel to the speculative fire. If we step back and look at the broader picture, the 70s was a period when artists often had to make challenging personal decisions for the sake of their careers. The entertainment industry, while glamorous on the surface, had its dark underbelly. Tales of artists sacrificing personal relationships for professional gains were not uncommon. Given this context, it's conceivable that if the rumor had any grain of truth, both Whitney and Terica might have had compelling reasons to keep their relationship under wraps. Furthermore, while the industry was evolving, societal norms were still relatively conservative. The idea of a young artist like Whitney at the threshold of her career being embroiled in a scandal related to her lineage could have been damaging. For Terica, who was already navigating the challenges of being a Black woman in an industry dominated by men, any controversy could have jeopardized her hard-earned position. Considering these factors, it's no wonder that the rumor, even if baseless, found fertile ground to thrive. The environment of the 70s music industry, combined with the challenges faced by Black female artists, created a setting ripe for such tales. The shared musical roots of Whitney and Terica, along with their uncannily similar career paths, only added layers.
One thing I can say is that if Terica really is her biological mother, they do resemble each other. Like, I mean, that doesn't necessarily have to mean anything, but there is a very strong resemblance there when you look at their faces. And, you know, Whitney, rest in peace, Whitney, just one of the greatest that have ever done it. I mean, we have a few, but could you imagine a world if there were no drugs, no overdoses, no anything like that? Like, I mean, imagine the world if we didn't have those types of things to, you know, take out some of our greatest and brightest shining stars.
To the narrative. Admittedly, even decades later, the truth remains elusive. However, as is often the case with such rumors, the absence of concrete evidence doesn't negate its allure. For fans and followers, the Terica-Whitney connection, whether real or imagined, adds a layer of mystique to the legacies of both artists. It serves as a reminder that beneath the spotlight, even the most celebrated figures harbor secrets and stories waiting to be told. In hindsight, the rumor's endurance might also be attributed to the fans' deep-rooted desire to find connections between artists they adore. In an industry where relationships are often fleeting, the idea of a hidden bond between two legends carries a certain romantic charm. Whether this connection existed in reality or was merely a figment of collective imagination, its place in music folklore is undeniable. The intricate fabric of the music industry is often interwoven with tales of alliances, rivalries, and deep-rooted connections. Among these tales, few have persisted with as much vigor as the speculated link between Whitney and Terica. A foundation built upon this whisper of a secret was enough to instigate a media frenzy and capture the public imagination. Diving deeper into this intricate tapestry reveals layers that go beyond mere professional associations. For many, the heart of the rumor wasn't just about biological connections. It was a symbol of the shared struggles and triumphs of two Black women in a predominantly white entertainment industry. During the era in which Terica Graves was gaining recognition, Black artists were making significant inroads into mainstream media. Shows like Get Christy Love were not just entertaining, they were revolutionary. They showcased powerful, confident Black women in roles that defied stereotypes, signaling a shift in societal perceptions. On the music front, Whitney Houston's rise to fame in the 80s heralded a new era. It wasn't just her voice that mesmerized me, it was her aura, her presence. At a time when music videos were emerging as a potent medium, Whitney's visuals were enchanting. They portrayed her not just as a singer, but as an icon. Moreover, there was something deeply evocative about the way both Terica and Whitney approached their crafts. Their performances, whether on screen or stage, exuded a palpable sincerity. This authenticity was rooted in their shared experiences as Black women in America, navigating a maze of prejudices, biases, and expectations. In fact, the resonance of their stories with the larger Black community played a crucial role in fueling the rumor. For many, the idea of a hidden bond between the two wasn't just about lineage. It was symbolic of the intertwined destinies of two trailblazers who, despite different trajectories, faced similar challenges. As a result, discussions surrounding their rumored relationship weren't limited to just tabloids. They found their way into coffee shops, college campuses, and family dinners. These discussions were as much about the duo's professional achievements as they were about the broader sociocultural implications of their journeys. Interestingly, one cannot overlook the role of the media in amplifying the rumor. The 80s saw an explosion in tabloid journalism. Stories that blended fact with fiction, especially involving celebrities, were gold. The Teresa Whitney narrative fits this mold perfectly. It had all the elements: mystery, drama, and a hint of scandal. The media latched onto it, spinning tales that ranged from poignant to outrageous. As the years rolled by, this narrative became a part of the pop culture lexicon. References to the rumor popped up in songs, television shows, and even stand-up comedy routines. It became a testament to the rumor's enduring allure and its transformation from a whisper in the corridors of the music industry to a widely recognized urban legend. Of course, the human psyche's love for mysteries played a role in this. We are often drawn to stories that have gaps, as they allow our imaginations to run wild. The Teresa Whitney connection offered just that, a story that was tantalizingly incomplete, inviting speculations, theories, and debates. Yet amidst the noise and the clamor, what stood out was the undeniable impact both women had on their respective fields. Whether connected by blood or not, their legacies were intertwined through their contributions to art, culture, and society. As you may be aware, speculation is an art that thrives on gaps in understanding. It draws breath from uncertainties, inconsistencies, and the innate human need to connect the dots. And within the realm of showbiz, where the line between reality and fiction often blurs, these speculations sometimes shape narratives stronger than facts. Whitney Houston's prodigious talent wasn't the only reason for her towering fame. Her life, punctuated with soaring highs and harrowing lows, became a narrative that millions felt connected to. While her artistry made her an icon, her personal life, often playing out in full public glare, made her relatable, vulnerable, and endlessly intriguing. The rumored connection with Teresa added another layer to her already multifaceted persona. To understand why this rumor held such sway, it's essential to understand the significance of lineage in the music and entertainment industry. Families in the world of entertainment often become dynasties. Consider the Jacksons, the Barrymores, or the Redgraves. Their legacies aren't just about individual achievements, they're tapestries of talent, ambition, struggles, and triumphs that span generations. Being a part of such a lineage isn't just about genetics. It's about inheriting a legacy, a set of challenges, expectations, and sometimes burdens. In Whitney's case, the weight of expectations was always palpable. She wasn't just a singer. She was Cissy Houston's daughter, Dionne Warwick's cousin, and according to the rumor mill, Teresa Graves' secret child. Each tag came with its own set of expectations, benchmarks, and inevitable comparisons. Furthermore, such rumored connections sometimes offered a different lens to view Whitney's life. Every challenge she faced, every note she belted out, and every decision she made could be reanalyzed in the context of this speculated lineage. It added depth to discussions about her art, her choices, and her life's tumultuous journey. For many of Whitney's fans, the possibility of this hidden connection was more than just a tantalizing piece of gossip. It was an affirmation of the singer's deep-rooted ties to the world of showbiz, a world that was as much about talent as it was about lineage, relationships, and the weight of legacies. But the impact of such rumors wasn't one-dimensional. For every person who reveled in the idea of this hidden bond, there was someone who questioned its credibility. They argued that these speculations, enticing as they were, took away from Whitney's own incredible journey and achievements. Admittedly, the music industry is a microcosm where narratives often overshadow realities. Artists' lives, both on and off the stage, become stories that fans invest in emotionally. This emotional investment, coupled with the relentless machinery of the media, means that even unsubstantiated tales can take on a life of their own. However, this speculation around Whitney and Teresa's rumored relationship was not just a creation of tabloids or gossip mongers. It was a manifestation of the broader complexities that come with fame in the world of showbiz. It highlighted the intricate dance between public personas and private realities, between fact-based narratives and emotionally charged speculations. In essence, the rumor was less about Whitney and Teresa and more about the world they inhabited, a world that celebrated talent but was equally obsessed with personal narratives, a world that was as much about the notes sung on a stage as it was about the stories spun off it. The magnetism of celebrity relationships often transcends the individuals involved, creating a tapestry that attracts fans, critics, and everyone in between. The realm of these relationships is vast, from romantic links to familial connections. And in the universe of showbiz, These ties often play out on a public stage, analyzed, adored, and sometimes admonished. As for Whitney Houston and Teresa Graves, the possibility of a secret maternal connection was undeniably sensational. But what fueled this rumor? Why did the idea of Teresa Graves being Whitney's mother captivate so many? Well, the entertainment world thrives on stories. Behind the glitz and glamour lie tales of struggles, achievements, passions, and heartbreaks. Every artist carries a backstory, and in many instances, it is this narrative that builds a connection with the audience beyond the art itself. For Whitney, the world knew her roots, her mother, Cissy Houston, a notable figure in the gospel world, and her cousin, the legendary Dionne Warwick. Her familial ties to musical greatness were already well established. Yet, the rumor of a connection with Teresa added an element of mystery, a layer of intrigue to an already compelling narrative. One might ask, why introduce another maternal figure into the mix? To understand this, one must delve into the era in which this rumor emerged. The late 20th century was a time of massive shifts in the entertainment industry. As mentioned earlier, tabloid culture was on the rise. The public's appetite for insider information was insatiable, and the lines between personal lives and public personas were increasingly getting blurred. In such an environment, the rumor of Whitney being Teresa's daughter wasn't just another piece of gossip. It represented a tantalizing blend of secrecy, legacy, and a connection between two powerful figures in the industry. Furthermore, Teresa, by the time these rumors gained traction, had already etched her mark in entertainment history. Her groundbreaking roles and her identity as a pioneering Black woman in a predominantly white entertainment world made her a figure of reverence. To link Whitney, a rising star, with Teresa, an established trailblazer, was to forge a connection that was not only intriguing, but also emblematic of a passing of the torch from one generation of artists to the next. Additionally, there's a broader cultural aspect to consider. Families, in many societies, are not just about blood relations. They represent legacy, continuity, and shared histories. In the African American community, given its unique history and challenges, these connections often take on added significance. Lineages are seen as chains of resilience, talent, and shared experiences, transcending biological ties. This possible connection between Whitney and Teresa was seen by many as more than just a mother-daughter relationship. It was viewed as a symbolic link between two eras, two generations of Black artists who in their respective times broke barriers and set benchmarks. However, every coin has two sides. While many embraced this rumored connection, others expressed concerns. They felt that such speculations, even if well-intentioned, risked overshadowing the individual achievements of both artists. Was it fair to Whitney, who was carving her own path, to constantly be shadowed by such rumors? Similarly, did Teresa's legacy need the added dimension of this speculated connection to shine? Whether true or not, this rumor will forever remain a testament to the allure of stories in the world of entertainment. For decades now, music and cinema have been the two industries that both influence and reflect society's heartbeat. While music has given us anthems and soulful melodies, movies offer visual narratives that shape our understanding of the world around us. And in this cosmos of entertainment, some stars shine brighter and leave a legacy that transcends their own lifetimes. Teresa Graves was one such luminary. Stepping into the world of acting wasn't an accident for Teresa. From her early days, there was a spark, an undying passion to be in front of the camera, to tell stories, to be part of narratives that would entertain, inform, and inspire. While many recognize her for her groundbreaking role in Get Christie Love, her journey to that iconic position was filled with challenges and moments of self-doubt, but also unyielding determination. When we peel back the layers of Teresa's early days in the industry, there's a sense of tenacity that stands out. Hollywood, during the 1960s and 70s, was not the diverse canvas it is today. Opportunities for African American actors were limited, and the roles available were often stereotypical, providing little room for artists to showcase their true potential. But Teresa, with her flair and undeniable talent, sought to change this narrative. As she navigated this challenging terrain, she not only sought roles but also actively advocated for scripts that represented the African American experience with authenticity. It was during these formative years that she came into contact with many influential figures in the industry, fostering connections that would later play a pivotal role in her ascent to stardom. But beyond the roles and accolades, Teresa's journey was also about her personal evolution. Each role she took on wasn't just a character on screen. It was a part of her. She immersed herself, understood the character's motivations, fears, and aspirations, and portrayed them with a genuineness that resonated with audiences. Her dedication to her craft also meant continuous learning. Teresa was known to be an avid reader, delving into books about acting techniques, the history of cinema, and biographies of legendary actors. This commitment to honing her skills was evident in the versatility she brought to her roles, seamlessly transitioning from comedy to drama, from lead roles to supporting characters, always leaving an indelible mark. Interestingly, her influence was not restricted to her peers and contemporaries. Many up-and-coming actors viewed Teresa as a role model, drawing inspiration from her journey. They saw in her a reflection of what was possible, a testament to the fact that with passion and perseverance, one could break through even the toughest barriers. Furthermore, her impact was also palpable behind the scenes. She was known to mentor young talents, sharing her experiences, offering guidance, and sometimes even helping them find their first significant break. These acts of mentorship and generosity were rarely publicized, but speak volumes about her character and her commitment to nurturing the next generation of artists. Yet, amidst all her achievements, Teresa remained grounded. Those close to her often spoke of her humility, her ability to connect with people from all walks of life, and her innate sense of gratitude. For Teresa, success was not just about accolades and fame. It was about making a difference, about ensuring that her journey would pave the way for others. In essence, Teresa Graves was more than just an actor. She was a trailblazer, a mentor, and a beacon of hope for many. While Teresa's influence in the entertainment industry was profound, her work in Get Christie Love remains a significant highlight of her career. This show, beyond being just a popular series, became a symbol of change in the industry, challenging stereotypes and offering representation where there was very little before. The series showcased a Black woman in a position of power and authority, with intelligence, wit, and skill surpassing her counterparts. It wasn't just about her tackling crimes, it was about her challenging societal norms, preconceived notions, and prejudices. The show's influence stretched far beyond its television ratings. It touched on social issues, gently pushing boundaries and urging viewers to question and rethink their perceptions. At the heart of its success was Teresa, whose portrayal of Christie was authentic, raw, and resonated with many who longed to see characters on screen they could identify with. However, the path to creating such an iconic character wasn't straightforward. Teresa was deeply involved in shaping Christie. She took the time to understand the essence of her character, the challenges she faced, and the environment she operated in. Moreover, it wasn't just about understanding the character. Teresa was involved in discussions with writers, ensuring that the portrayal was accurate and free from cliches. This level of dedication not only enhanced the quality of the show, but also set a benchmark for future productions. Additionally, the production of Get Christie Love was reflective of the times, capturing the zeitgeist of the 1970s. The socio-political climate, the ongoing civil rights movement, and the broader push for gender equality were subtly woven into the show's narrative. Teresa's character, thus, wasn't just solving crimes. She was navigating a world grappling with change, a society at the crossroads of history. Behind the scenes, Teresa's influence was palpable. She fostered a collaborative environment, encouraging co-stars and crew members to share their inputs and contribute to the show's vision. She believed that a collective effort, where every voice mattered, would lead to a richer and more impactful narrative. This approach extended beyond just her immediate team. Teresa actively sought feedback from viewers, engaging with fans, understanding their perspectives, and incorporating their insights into the show. This level of engagement was rare at the time, but highlighted Teresa's commitment to authenticity and her desire to resonate with her audience genuinely. Get Christie Love also served as an inspiration for future productions. The show, with its strong female lead, challenged the industry to think differently, to recognize that diverse narratives had a space and were not just niche but mainstream. The ripples of this change can still be felt today, with more diverse and nuanced representations on screen. Moreover, Teresa's portrayal of Christie Love laid the groundwork for future Black actresses in the industry. She showed that lead roles were within reach, and that with talent and determination, one could shatter glass ceilings. Her success story became a beacon of hope and a reference point for many who dared to dream big. In essence, �GetChristy was more than just a television series. It was a movement, a statement, and a testament to the power of representation. Teresa, with her passion, talent, and commitment, ensured that this show would not just be remembered for its entertainment value, but for its broader impact on society and the entertainment industry. While Teresa's journey had its fair share of ups and downs, her legacy, cemented with roles like Christy Love, continues to inspire. Her story reminds us that change is possible and that with perseverance and a clear vision, one can reshape narratives and leave an indelible mark on history. For Whitney and Teresa, while their paths might have been distinct, the narratives of Whitney and Teresa converge on the shared theme of resilience. Both faced immense challenges, both personal and professional, but emerged as icons in their respective fields, leaving behind legacies that continue to inspire. In closing, while the whispers of the past might never fully reveal the complete truth behind every tale, the impact of these two remarkable women is undeniable. Their stories, filled with passion, determination, and an unwavering commitment to their craft, continue to resonate, urging us to dream, to strive, and to transcend the ordinary. And that's it from us today. Until next time, thank you for watching.
One day my mother came to my house. It was kind of funny, but like now I look at it.
So, yeah, I didn't hear a tragic story. I mean, I heard a story about Teresa Graves and about Whitney Houston, and now that could be her real mom. I didn't hear anything tragic about Teresa Graves' story. Now, I am not from that generation, so I have never heard of Get Christy Love. That is way before my time. So, it's new for me, but I didn't hear anything tragic. It seems like she did a lot of good things like Whitney Houston for entertainment, music, and just for the culture, right? So I don't know. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. You guys take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike, and I'm just saying VB told you so. Bye, guys. All right, to here.
Some unreleased. I must have thought that Whitney is more valuable.
Oh, you got the other one up there. Look at that. All right, to here. I'm ready to go do this next one. All right, hold on. Let me shift myself because, ouch. Jeez. All right. All right, let's go ahead and do this one. Let me get this title up here. Okay. All right. Here we go. Hope you guys are enjoying yourselves in the side chat over there. It looks like you guys are having a good time. So thanks for joining us during this reaction live. I guess that's what we'll call it, reaction live. All right. What's going on, YouTube? How you doing? I'm just saying VB here, filling in for Uncle Mike. We're going to get into our next reaction. Justin Bieber photos leak. Panic-stricken ASAP Rocky major court update, and Elon Musk madness. So let's see what's going on today.
So, some unreleased photos of Bieber, ASAP Rocky court updates as he's in court right now. Let's get into this. Hey guys, it's Morali daily and consistent content. Let's get into this video. Now, in my last video, I did joke around for the fact that, you know, I've not been paying rent for the past couple of months and I love it. And you guys are saying, well, you know, that's how one is traveling. I've been paying rent for 10 years. I've moved out when I was 20, very young. I've been working since I was very young, number one. So I've only stopped paying rent in my life basically since September, and I've just been so excited by it because I've been paying rent for the past 10 years. Number two, the reason why I'm able to fly around a lot is A, I do work hard, yes, but B, I have companionship passes because I have friends who are flight attendants. So therefore I end up mainly paying taxes only, which significantly reduces flight tickets. And it's basically a life hack. If you have close friends or friends that are flight attendants that want to put you on their companionship lists, it's really and truly a life hack, because anywhere you can fly, you're basically just paying taxes. It's absolutely insane. So I just wanted to clear that up because some people are nosy. We're all nosy, let's be real. And so people want to say, you know, how is Murad flying left, right, center? Companionship passes make cheaper tickets because I'm just paying. There we go, taxes. Okay, so let's get into this video. Oh Lord, first and foremost, Raid Online are reporting that Justin Bieber is spooked. Guys, what is wrong with me? I cannot pronounce the words. I think this is 11-hour flight. Spooked Justin Bieber is so panic-stricken over being dragged further into the Diddy case, and it's driving his marriage to the brink of collapse. Justin Bieber is being dragged into Diddy's legal woes is said to have put a huge strain on his marriage to Hailey. Following the music mogul's arrest and racketeering charges, Bieber's relationship has basically been heavily scrutinized with Diddy, and everything's been resurfaced. Now he's spooked. Justin is reportedly sweating bullets, fearing he's going to get served with a subpoena and have to recount every lurid thing he saw whilst under Diddy's wing. And it's left Hailey, who has long reflected divorce rumors, wondering where all of this will leave her husband and their marriage. What we're doing, we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. Diddy talks about Bieber. I don't want to bring up those videos. We've seen the stuff between Bieber and Diddy and etc. So the Raid Online are reporting that he's spooked, he's scared about what is going on. And I feel like there is truth to that, because he's been reporting, the social media and articles have been reporting that he's been scared since the Diddy charges. But at the same time, I don't feel like Bieber is that scared or that it's affecting his marriage, because they've been out together everywhere. But you know, what can we believe on social media these days? Because everybody's always pointing.
I mean, honestly, didn't Justin Bieber just have like a baby or something sometime recently? I don't know. I thought I heard that somewhere. Can this man just enjoy his new child with his wife and his family? Like, I really feel like people need to just, if he wants to come out and say something, let him do it on his own time. If not, let that man enjoy his life. If he's been traumatized, especially by this, crazed loony that we have over here, it's probably going to get thick. They're probably going to call him in at some point. Let him just enjoy this time before it gets, turns everything upside down.
Up a front, an image, something. So, potentially could be true. It is Raid Online, so I take it with a pinch of salt. But there are unreleased photos of him that basically have come out, and a picture Justin Bieber poses with a bong in new photos. I'm not really sure where this has come from, whether it's come from his team or not. But of course, people are confused because he just has had a brand new child. And so, posing with a bong is insane. To me personally, a joint and a bong are two completely different things. Is really completely different. So I don't know where this has come from, but it's giving old team. Someone says, since he started blocking his old team, somebody has been leaking unreleased music videos, unseen videos of him as a kid during his first recording session, and his old team have been replying to fans saying that they don't know what's happened. The first thing I thought when I saw this was that Scooter still has his password and is behind it. This is what I think this is given. His old team are basically up to tricks, playing with him, toying with him, warning him, trying to say, we can get our lick back on you if you're doing all of this and you continue to do all of this here, if you don't bring us back in. Because him cutting them off, he's also cutting off the financial perspective, and we know that people care about celebrities when it comes to money. What I mean by that is, I feel like Clive, and I'm not saying this is true, maybe it is, where I feel like Clive must have thought that Whitney is more valuable when she was dead, and Michael Jackson is more valuable when he is dead, because people buy your albums and your singles more as a way of a tribute. And so I feel like these people see Bieber as a coin, and when they get cut off and that coin gets cut off, they turn into rabid monsters. And I feel like this is just a warning, which is why he's been in the papers and articles basically for the past 24 hours about him being spooked or scared or people being unfollowed, and all of this stuff his team is trying to do. And also
every time I hear Clive Davis's name, I roll my eyes. Did you guys see me roll my eyes when he said Clive? Let me just do it again. That's it. We can go.
One of his managers, Allison, was caught viewing the stories of Justin Bieber fan accounts, so all of them are still lurking over him, upset, and they severely controlled him, and they want that control back. They've been cut off, and so they're basically just going to go mad. This is basically what this is giving. Now, moving on to ASAP Rocky's court updates. ASAP Rocky, guys, rejects the plea deal offer at start of the firearm assault trial in LA. Prosecutor said if he pleaded to count one, they would ask for 3 years probation, 7 years suspended prison sentence, and 180 days in a county jail. However, he says, I respectfully decline, thank you. So Rocky is not taking that plea deal, which is a very, very persuasive plea deal to take. But to do 180 days in county day jail is something that you don't want to do. ASAP Rocky's lawyers also put the core element of Rocky's defense on record for first time. Joe Tacopina confirmed they plan to call 2 witnesses who will say the firearm seen on security video was a starter pistol or prop gun that Rocky carried for security reasons. who are these two mysterious witnesses that are coming now to be ASAP Rocky's saving grace? This is why he's declined any plea deal, because him and his lawyer are very confident that they will overcome this case and they have pleaded not guilty. So now we're going to see which way this goes, because the prosecution against ASAP could easily have a, one-up card to whatever ASAP's defense is, but it looks like ASAP and his lawyer 𝗟𝗡𝗞 are very, very confident in this case. So we're going to see how this goes. Today is the official day one.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, if I didn't do it, I'm not taking no pleas. I'm not copping no pleas. And they will try to make it seem like, oh, they're going to lock you up for this long. If you didn't do it, if you're innocent, me personally, I'm not copping no pleas. I'm just telling you, we're going to fight this to the end if I'm innocent.
And I'm going to be, dropping increments of updates of the ASAP cases within these videos, just to let you guys be clued up so we all know what's going on. Because the last thing that Rihanna's children and Rihanna want is for him to be going to jail. And this is probably another reason for why they weren't married, because it could easily affect Rihanna's assets and etc. And that is something that she simply does not want. Now, during Trump's inauguration, Elon Musk basically went viral for doing a kind of like a Nazi related salute. And this caused significant outrage. And it's just completely bizarre to me that this man has done this. Not only once, he did it twice. And there are so many people who are overlooking this stance, who are still supporting him. This man just did a disgusting salute, absolutely diabolical. And a lot of people are overlooking this madness. But the fact that he's done something like this is evil and is basically some kind of sign, in my humble opinion, that in the future, it's about to get very bleak. Very bleak indeed. We are turning into a fascist state.
Yeah, I saw that. I feel like too soon, Elon, too soon. But is him putting that, and that's not the actual way that they did it, but whatever. It's close enough, I guess. But is that as evil as people actually calling a sitting president, former president-elect Hitler? Is it just as evil? Because if it is, or is it more evil to actually call someone Hitler? I don't know. I just feel like that was way too soon. That's if that was a joke, or they say Elon might be a little socially awkward, doesn't really pick up on the social cues of when it's appropriate to make certain jokes, and that didn't go over well. But yeah, I can see how people can be outraged behind that, but I also can see how people could be outraged over people referring to the now president, sitting and former president-elect at the time, as Hitler too. So yeah, that's pretty disrespectful on all levels, right?
Multiple countries all over the world, whether it's Western or not, are turning into fascist states, regimes, and empires, genocides that are going on. It's just honestly awful to see. And I just feel like seeing something like this, we should speak up and use our voices and condemn what Elon Musk has done. But Elon Musk is somebody who is not even American, but yet is so intertwined with American politics, yet people want to say that Russia are interfering. You're not American, bro. I don't understand why you're so desperate to be in the office and work with Trump and etc. This man is from South Africa, but yet this man is trying to interfere in politics in Germany, in the UK, in America, in so many places. And because he is the richest man in the world, it's easy manipulation for him to do so. And this is why Germany really recently spoke out to say that, this should not be taking place. He should not be interfering with our elections. Yet he's doing this in America, and it's just sad to see that he's not being kicked out, because you're not even from there, bro. I'm really trying to understand. It's very scary what is going on. Come on, history, come on, politics. But anyways, let me know your thoughts. I wanted to add that last minute to the video because it's just scary what I'm seeing. Do subscribe to the channel, comment down below, give this video a thumbs up. I am pumping out the videos for you guys now that I'm back in London. Come on, routine and schedule, and letting you guys know and cluing you guys up with everything that is happening. Please do subscribe to the channel. It's just one click. That's all you guys have to do. Comment down below, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video. So
sorry guys, you know what, for me that's really just starting to be annoying is this whole, oh, it's scary, oh, this is scary, oh, this is scary. Listen, okay, life is scary, the world is scary, it has never not been scary, okay? Please stop trying to pump this fear in people as if we should have new fears of what we should be cautious of now. this thing is going to be scary whether we're afraid or not. And I just don't believe that we need to be afraid anymore. Okay. If you go back into history, there are tons of scary scenarios that have taken place. And guess what? People have survived. They've gotten through, they've lived. And here we are to face another day in a new generation with whatever is going on now. So it's the oh, this is so scary. Oh, this is so scary. Okay. Ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing new under the sun. It was scary 20 years ago. It was scary when crack was all over the streets and I was a little girl walking to school, walking to the bus with my friends, counting crack vials to see how many were left. That was scary. Like, come on. Like, are we just gonna, it's like they want people to, just huddle together in fear and not do anything. Okay, yeah, it's scary, but what are we gonna do about it? We're going to do something about it? Or are we going to just be like, oh, I'm so afraid. This is offending me. This is offending me. This is offending me. Are we going to be offended for the rest of our lives? Or are we going to get up off our butts and decide, you know what? I'm no longer going to be offended. I'm going to do something. I'm going to produce something. I'm going to be in this world and be part of the solution and not be part of the problem. Be not part of the finger pointers. I'm going to be part of the problem solvers. How about that? We're going to do that? Because I'm sick of it. Like, I'm sick of it. Is anybody else tired of being afraid? Like, come on. How much fear could you possibly have left? You should have they should have sucked all the fear out of you when we had, 2020. Should have sucked all that fear out of you. We're not tired of being afraid? Come on. But, that's just me. I'm just visiting, right? Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell Uncle Mike, and I'm just saying VB told you so. See you later, guys. Bye. Okay, what's up, side chat? All right, let's see who we got in the house. Mina, hey Mina, hey Mike. Mina's watching. I know Mike is watching. How you guys doing? It's about 2:18 in the afternoon over there. Mina, miss you guys. Trying to hold it down for my last day before I go back to work. I wish I could do this full time too, but not yet. Maybe someday. This will be my new work from home position. What a life. Hey, yes, if we didn't have any drugs, what a life it would be. I got a question on Wednesdays. What do you think about doing Wellness Wednesdays and go over awareness of mental health, discussing symptoms, diagnosis, and treatments? I think that could be something. Let's see what Mike thinks about it. Of course, talk about it with him. I always like to say that because at the end, this is his channel. I am just the co-host, even though I know what he's going to tell me. But that's just who I am. So how can this guy on the screen talk about anybody when his people are known for? I mean, it's not all his people. Let's not put, let's not do the always and never situation. But there are people that are bombing from every ethnicity, nationality, and so it's not just his people. We don't want to say that it's just whoever he represents or the people that are doing something. There are people all over the world that are participating in heinous and monstrous activities, and it doesn't matter what your color, what your creed, what your ethnicity is. They're going to participate in it. Let's see, not to change the subject, but anyone see that Trump threatens Russia with high tariffs and sanctions unless Russia ends war with Ukraine? I did not hear that yet, but you know what? Ukraine has received enough money from us, and I think this war needs to go ahead and end, and so that we don't have to have anything else to do with it, because we have our own crises over here where we need to be directing our funds. So if that is going to help us to get out of their business, I am for it. I'm all in for remedies. Absolutely. Yay, we done. Yay, we done to here. Yay, we done to here. Yay, we done to here. Now Tahir and I can take a break and be back at 5. And we got a couple of hours. Look at that, Tahir. We doing good. We doing good. Hey, Pyro, Tony, how you doing? Hey, Mina, Eminem in the house. Eminem in the house. I think that is a great idea about Wednesday wellness. Wellness Wednesdays. Okay. Yes. Profiling. Get them likes up, says Nightbot. Welcome, Nightbot. You're up early, aren't you, Nightbot? It just came over my phone news feed. I was just wondering if it was true or not, is why I asked. Yeah, I haven't heard anything yet. I've been doing the reactions, but hey, like I said, I mean, people, I think, voted Trump in with an expectation, and as maybe concerned as people were about him doing what they wanted him to do, he's definitely making some moves on the first couple of days that's making people feel like, okay, things are getting done, and that's what we wanted. We didn't want lip service, we wanted things to get done. So I just hope things can get turned around. Good morning. I missed it, I guess. Hey, Amy, we were just doing reactions. So this is my first time actually being able to talk to the side chat, because Tahir and I just use this live to do reactions for the other channel. So you didn't miss much. You can always play it back. We'll be back at 5 p.m. Eastern. That's our time, which is the same time that we're always on. So if you hit the bell for Music Recording Network Live and make sure you get all the notifications, you'll see when we come back later on. I was just greeting everyone before I go ahead and head out and take a little break. At Linda, I want to do some lives. I have something I want to share with you guys. I just need to get myself together. Sounds good, Star. Sounds good. Yes, more people with great content out there. So to inform the world, I think that's the best. I'm at work. They made me do actual work. I'm back now. Don't you hate that? Like, dang it, you got me working all day. Like, I'm supposed to be here. See you at 5 p.m., Amy. Yes, absolutely. Hate to hear. I've heard that. Did you get a computer yet? I have a computer, Jojo. I do have a computer. My husband actually for Christmas had bought me a Chromebook. And bless his heart, he doesn't know a lot about electronics, but we love the heart that he had to be able to do that, because we weren't doing anything for Christmas. So he actually went against the rules and sacrificed something to get me this Chromebook. So I am working on the Chromebook right now. I will be upgrading it at some point, just because with everything that I need to do with StreamYard and everything like that, I probably need something with either a Windows or what is it, the Apple, whatever. But I'll probably get a Windows, so we'll probably be upgrading it. But we are people that we do what we can with what we have. So I am not by any means complaining or anything like that. I am very grateful and doing the best I can with what I have. That's why sometimes when I do videos from on my live, it freezes up and kicks me out and all this other stuff, is because this computer doesn't have a lot of storage and a lot of memory and a lot of speed to really do those types of streaming type things that you can do on other computers. But hey, we're making it work, right? To here, we made it work for 2 days now, and for 2 days, and we are getting some stuff done. So tomorrow I go back to work, and I did enjoy my time being off. I did some writing, I did some research, I talked to some people. So it's been great. It's been great. We've definitely been just enjoying this time, and it puts me back into the perspective of where I was when I had my own business and I was able to work for myself. And of course I worked a lot of hours, but I enjoyed it because I was able to see the fruit of my labor and also work for myself and kind of go off my own schedule. So thank you, Tahir, and great for you as well. You're the best, Tahir, as always. I will never not say that. So Tahir and I are going to go ahead and bounce up out of here. We're going to take a couple of hours break before we come back at 5. We thank you guys for coming in and joining us for this live. Make sure you catch us at 5 p.m. And we will talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.